Hello my friends and welcome to Battletech Revised. This is a sneak peek of Battletech Revised and we're just going to cover some of the quirks which we've implemented. Not everything is ready or done yet, but we have at least 3 of these mechs have got their quirks implemented, so I wanted to show them off to you guys and also show you guys some combat, which at the moment is also not entirely finished, but the game it's working, of course. We've got movement. We have the Clever Girl AI installed as well. The AI can reserve, but vehicles often don't, and it looks like I'm going to be facing some tanks here.
They will be done.
Good to go. Copy that. Time to earn arm.
Waiting for orders.
So you'll notice here, we discussed previously the Spider's quirk of double strength jump jets. Oh, another spider on my wall. I'm like, I noticed movement! And you'll notice here that we have only got 4 jump jets fitted. But we have some real reach with our cheeky little scout mech.
Full throttle.
Alright, I'm well zoomed out right now. So I just took on a destroy base mission just to show you guys. I think I'm just facing all tanks here. Oh, Narc Striker. Okay, so
Yes, Commander.
let's talk about the Mongoose. So in the lore, the Mongoose is a intelligence gathering mech. It's meant to have ultra accurate medium lasers of the highest quality, and it typically carries the Beagle active probe as part of its scout package. So you can see here, it's got BAP installed and ready to go. And the quirk for this mech is, I'll get a good angle, ultra accurate laser system. So we have a -5. If you see here on our list, mech quirk, we have a -5 accuracy bonus for laser systems on the Mongoose. So if it gets on top of you, it's basically not going to miss you. And we thought this is really quite a cool perk for this mech because it can only fit like very few and entirely short-ranged lasers. You might just about be able to squeeze a large laser onto it if you so wish. But this accuracy bonus really fits in with the lore of this mech, which is that basically it's got all the computer enhancements and targeting systems in the world, along with the probe. So it's not going to miss. It's a very, very accurate mech, and so it makes the perfect light mech to hunt down evasive, fast targets, and that fits its role. You can either pin your target down with BAP and allow the rest of your lance to have an easier time of hitting it, or you yourself can have an easier time of hitting it, and that's the decision you need to make.
I've been sensor locked.
No, the sensor locking has begun.
Yes, Commander.
Not in range yet, Commando.
Double time.
Turrets are on my case.
Yes, Commander.
Of course, we've already discussed our friend the Spider. Very bouncy.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
This is the enhanced version with pulse. Ouch. Well, that'll be sensor lock for you. Such a funny mech, the Firebee, with its SRMs and large laser. I can't hit anything of consequence from here. Actually, I think I got a pretty good shot on the turret.
Engaging jump jets.
You'll notice here that lasers also have a small amount of heat damage, which they do, and part of the reason why this was added was, well, I mean, laser weapons should actually inflict a tiny bit of heat, so there was a realism factor. But the main reason is that little bits of heat damage here and there is really going to upset min-maxer meta players like myself, who run the red line of the heat bar all the time. Well, now you might have to think a little bit harder about whether you're going to run the red line or not, because you might just get poked over the limit if you're not too careful. Oh, that was a horrible miss.
No damage detected.
Oh, that turret's kicking my ass.
Yep. Double time. Let's go.
Be somewhere else. Oh, I can't wait to talk about the Commando. So, the Commando is in lore, and it's funny, it's like the early part of the lore. The Commando's weapon was supposed to be like a rifle, like a portable laser rifle, large laser rifle, or autocannon rifle. The base designer's got missiles. And, you know, you read these stories about Commandos sniping from prone positions or whatever, hiding in forests and picking off much bigger mechs with harassing fire. Now, in every Battletech game, the Commando has pretty much just been target practice. Let's be honest. It's just been a target practice mech. So, we wanted to change that and really add that flavor of the Commando being, you know, this human-like unit that sneaks into position and picks off its target with a deadly hit.
I'm receiving you.
And so, although ironically here I have the one Commando that doesn't have a single large weapon, this is actually the missile variant. What we've done with Commandos is, so the hard points on the right arm will be reduced to 1. So each Commando will have 1 hard point in its right arm, which is canon for most of them anyway. And they usually have an AC2 or a large laser in that position. For that hard point, the damage of the weapon equipped is increased by 50%. To reflect the Commando's intent in the lore, that it's basically it's waiting for that perfect shot to get that big hit on you from some concealed position or whatever. And I actually feel like the Commando now is not going to be a mech that you will want to ignore like you do currently. You know, currently you see a Commando, you think, oh right, easy kill, I'll deal with that later. But now it might be able to put some real hurt into you if you're not careful. Especially since the large laser and AC2 obviously have got reasonably well, the AC2's got huge range, but the large laser's also got pretty good range. You might get very unlucky and have your head ripped clean off if you're not careful.
On my way.
You can see here, of course, this is the standard Commando that's got an SRM-6 in the chest and an SRM-4 in the right arm. The SRM-4 in the right arm has got a boosted damage here of 12 instead of 8 because of the perk. Nice. 1 HP.
How's it going? Affirmative.
Nice.
Vehicle down.
Yeah, so with its new perk, and it's so funny because what we've decided on is you're going to be able to have up to 6 mech warriors deployed at the same time. You start off with 4, but you will only be able to deploy up to 400 tons. So the game's balance is balanced around you having 1 lance of 400 tons, but I know that a lot of people want to control more than 4 mechs, and that is something that we could do. So between our quirk enhancements to various, well, every mech has actually got a quirk, but especially lights, we've been really enhancing them to fit their lore roles, and we feel like this way you might actually consider having a couple of assaults and some mediums and some lights, not just to fill out your 6 slots instead of just running 4 assaults and therefore running only 4 mechs because you don't have the tonnage for any more, but that they might actually fit their roles much more readily.
Engaging target.
If this were a commando with a large laser sniping away, it would of course be doing 60 damage instead of 40, which is really quite cool.
Systems holding.
Engaging jump jets.
Get him. Oh yeah, we got rid of all the silly evasion bonuses from heavy metal, so don't think that your lights can't be hit. They can. Even with 6 tokens, they can be hit. No defense gyro in this game.
Commander?
You're gonna have to live life without invincibility cheats.
Roger. Affirmative.
Zap 'em, lads!
I'm here.
Ooh, do I want to do that? That would leave me dangerously low on evasion. But I would probably get the turret.
Orders.
I await your command.
What do we got down here? Oh, another commando, but same as me. I thought I was about to get a taste of my new enhanced commando. Gone are the days where you can just ignore the commando. Now you may actually have to be concerned with the fact that it can pick away at you with its quirk enhanced right hand weapon.
Waiting for orders. Onward.
Got him.
Got it, Commander.
Nice. That'll slow down the return fire.
Turret destroyed.
Enemy structure is weakening.
Ha! Nice.
Damage is light.
Oh, those missile launchers are on my case. Take the shot.
Engaging target.
Oh, come on. You had such a high chance to hit too. Oh, he hit the other one. I guess he's stray shot.
Ready for orders. Move order received.
I don't even know why I moved the spider. Of course, now you can actually use it in its intended role as a jumping machine.
Aye aye.
Pop.
Reporting. Turret eliminated.
What do you need?
Okay, can I actually get down from there? I hope so.
I'm your spaniel. I am the wind.
Now, one key thing in Battletech Revised is that we're being very careful with what mods we add to keep the combat experience fast and fluid and not laggy, basically. Oh, ow, ow, ow.
Enhancement destroyed.
Well, we haven't implemented. We've got tier 1 ammunition explosion rules at the moment, so when the ammo went up, the CT went as well.
Commander.
Not everything is finished yet. I should have taken some serious damage there, but I shouldn't have lost my entire mech for it.
Roger.
Oh well. Casualties are inevitable, right? Let's go.
Engaging target.
Waiting for orders.
Take him down.
All weapons go.
That's me not taking the enemy seriously, even though I've redesigned everything to actually be a challenge. So yeah, I've actually designed, although they're not implemented yet, but I've designed quirks for every single mech in the game, and I've read in great detail. I have read the SarnaNet page of every mech, as well as using my own knowledge to come up with quirks that are really going to emphasize the role of each mech in the lore, and be interesting and be useful. You're going to be spoilt for choice. At least that's my hope. And you're actually going to want to deploy lights, even though evasion has been somewhat nerfed.
Engaging jump jet. Target.
And as we know, it was previously quite ridiculous. Heavy metal especially. That galleon's on the run. Hulk survived, by the way, because he's got 2 HP left.
Aye, aye. All right, full speed.
Engaging target.
Might as well.
Yes, Commander. Affirmative.
Take him down.
Copy.
Nice.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Good to go.
So of course I'm like trapped behind all these buildings. I can't actually get into a position to attack.
Waiting for orders. Roger. Locked on.
Enemy structure eliminated.
Alright, that'll clear a path for us. Yeah, at the moment we've implemented about four quirks, and we have about 100 chassis quirks to implement. So there's still a great deal to do. But with the care, love, and attention going into each and every one, we hope that they'll make for interesting and dynamic gameplay. Instead of forgettable bonuses like +1 to accuracy or +1 to attack or something along those lines.
Got it.
We're going to have something flavorful and impactful. And you may find yourself not finding light mechs so easy to ignore, even when your tonnage starts to rise.
Confirmed.
But do note that some of the more ridiculous quirks, like the head chopper quirk on the old Marauder and so forth, the ballistics quirk on the Annihilator, have been scaled back because they were insanity. So the balance is also very carefully being considered. More than anything, the balance is coming first. We can make the sniper, we can make the Commando the sniper of the lore, and give it a 50% bonus in that one mounting on its arm. Because at the end of the day, it is a 25-ton light mech, and it is relatively easy to destroy. So we're giving it some bite, as you know, in addition to flavor, and we can do that. But we would never give something like that to, you know, an Atlas, because the Atlas is already a really powerful mech in its own right. So these are the things that are being considered.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
You'll notice that even though we've got an ECM and sight system in, that's not quite the same as the base game. The game still runs very smoothly. Performance is really a key concern in anything that we add. Oh, there's a hole in my armor.
Blown past my armor.
Receiving you. Coordinates received.
Go!
Locking in. All weapons. Target's taking a critical hit.
Lights are very good at engaging other lights, and thus they can feel a bit fragile in the early game, especially since we took all the evasion bonuses out. But they can still take a good amount of damage.
Enemy mech. Critical damage
What do you
detected.
need? On it.
Just got to play him a little bit less aggressively than I've been doing. Oh ho ho! He's wrecked.
Reporting critical hit. Yes, Commander.
See ya.
I copy.
Kill confirmed, Commander.
Nice.
One less target.
Beautifully smooth gameplay as well.
Good to go. I copy.
I think in some ways we've managed to get the gameplay smoother than the actual base game.
Locked on target. Target destroyed.
Engaging target.
Orders.
Alright. Almost done here.
Affirmative.
So yeah, this is the alpha, I guess, of Battletech Revised at the moment.
Yeah.
It works. You can play it. Not all the quirks are in yet, but some of them are. We got an emphasis on exciting, powerful, flavorful quirks for lights, and some pretty good and interesting quirks for mediums. Some exciting quirks for, particularly for mechs trapped in the 60, 65 ton / 40, 45 ton ranges, and the 80 ton, 85 ton ranges. Much malaligned, over-engined mechs have gotten some love. And so we just feel like there's going to be a more smooth experience. You're going to have a... You're going to have a lot less worthless mechs, a lot less useless mechs. And here's the funny thing. Useless mechs kind of, they ruin the gameplay a bit, because you as a player will never deploy a useless mech, right? I mean, why would you? Why would you? If you have better, you always deploy whatever you think is the best mechs you have. So the Op 4, the enemy, gets saddled with mechs that are just kind of a bit useless. So by enhancing those mechs, by reaching in deeply and making them better, we hope to actually give you a more difficult, more challenging, more interesting combat experience, because you know, when the turkey turns up, it's a free kill. Well, maybe that won't be the case anymore. We'll see. Although I think the Cicada 2A is still not much of a threat, but you know how it is. This is a HBS error, by the way. The latest 1.9 patch has introduced this weird text error. That's not Battletech Revised's fault. We're still looking into that. Now you can see here we've got space to deploy up to 8, but you will not be able to deploy up to 8 mechs in Battletech Revised. This is not part of our balance. But you will be able to deploy up to 6, up to 400 tons. So you get 400 tons and you decide how to spend it. And we hope that with some of the more interesting quirks that we've put into lights, you will consider bringing some along with maybe some mediums or heavies as fire support. Who knows? But that's up to you guys. But anyway, that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this sneak peek into this, and we will be looking for alpha / beta testers in the near future. So I'm not quite sure how we're doing that. I might, at first, just to limit the amount of people flooding in on us, put the link up on my Patreon, and then put it on my channel after, and then the very last place it'll probably end up is Reddit. So yeah, that's it. That's it for now. I hope you guys are enjoying these sneak peeks into Battletech Revised. We still have a lot to do, and the modding team at the moment are obviously having problems with coronavirus because they work in key fields. So yeah, it's progress has slowed a little bit, but we're still working very hard on it, and we hope to have it in your hands when it is more feature complete in the future. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time.